John, this weekend was Valentine's Day, and I think the one thing we should all want in our lives is for someone to love us as much as Pierre Maguire loves Adam Fox.
Oh,
I
we were gonna say that we should want to be screwed over on Valentine's Day, like the Rangers screw us over every. We
oh, man.
didn't have that this year,
No,
so
we didn't have that this year. But I mean, it was. I am one of the bigger Adam Fox fans, and I can't believe how much Pierre Maguire was all over that.
oh
He's probably the smartest player in the league. Is it's I mean, he talked about him so much it was starting to get a little bit uncomfortable.
yeah, the whole. I mean, he does that with like Sidney Crosby or any of his other players, and then I always think of the corn.
But it's as much as you want to say, you're like, yeah, can you kind of stop talking about my guy? On the other hand, keep praising him because I think the same thing. It's
Yeah,
just
I mean,
I'm not gonna gush forever.
but you know what's funny? And somebody, I saw this comment somewhere. I can't remember where I saw it, but someone said that we get players and nobody wants to talk about the Rangers players, and then when we finally get a player that Pierre or something like that's gushing over like that, now everybody's complaining about Pierre gushing about him. I mean, like this, there's no winning with this fan base. There's no winning.
Yeah, it's a very New York thing of us
Yeah,
where
oh
it's like,
yeah,
why
it
aren't you
is.
talking about us? Why are you talking about us? You're talking about us too much. What are you doing? Oh,
See, I'm walking here.
yeah, come on, I'm walking here. Hey, actually, you know something? Let me bring this up because I have five trivia questions for you.
Ooh, okay.
Um, I got, and again, relating to the Rangers and the Devils and the Bruins, which happened the last week. By the way, can I just ask you this? Did you get the one that they asked last night?
What was the
Who
one
was the
site again?
who is the only person to win the Stanley Cup with the New York
Oh, with
Rangers
the
and the New
Rangers and the
Jersey
Devils, it
Devils?
was Nemchinov.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
That
I knew
immediately.
that one the minute they said it. I was at my friend James's house, and I was like, Sergei Nemchinov. I know this for a fact.
Yeah, because I believe he was the first
2094.
Russian to play for the Rangers, Islanders, and Devils.
Yes, he was.
Here's kind of an easy one for you to start it off. In 1975, what was the big? Sorry, let me try that one again. In 1975, who was involved in the big trade involving the Boston Bruins and the New York Rangers from the 1972 finals?
Oh, that was the Phil Esposito trade with Phil Esposito and Carol Vadnais for John Rattel, Brad Park, and missing the other piece. I believe there were two more
Yeah,
in there. But
yeah, but those were the only four people we really cared about in that.
yeah, those were the four relevant pieces in there.
I always love the story behind that trade. That it blindsided Espo so badly. Don Cherry and Bobby Orr come walking into his hotel room, and they just go, Phil, you gotta sit down. You've been traded.
Yeah, he didn't want to
And
go to New York.
Eddie, he just says, he says, he sits there dead silent, and he said it was at least for 5-10 minutes. And the first thing he says is, if you tell me it's New York, I'm jumping out the window. And Cherry just goes, Bobby, open up the window. Oh, okay. In the 2013 series between the Rangers and the Boston Bruins, who had the only game-winning goal for the New
Chris
York Rangers?
Kreider. Chris Kreider.
Yeah, you're still right. I was expecting you to say overtime.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, Chris Kreider was the only he was the only game winner in that series. It wasn't overtime, and it was just that was my one glimmer of hope in that series, and we were just killed
Yeah.
the game, and that was, you know what though, like I said with Wayne Gretzky, with that quote against the Islanders in '83, you have to lose to learn how to win. Obviously with the previous video we had on that. So, I mean, that helped them get to the Stanley Cup Finals. And I thought that, you know what, they have to lose to learn how to win. Again, I get it. You're working your way up the ladder. And
see, I thought the Adam Henrique goal was the goal that propelled them to lose to win, sort of speaking. Who was the first player to play for the Rangers, Islanders, and Devils?
There's a couple of players that actually accomplished that feat right around the same time. And I'm torn between two of them. I want to say the first one to do it was Nemchinov. But John Van Beesbroek also ended up doing it right around the same time. I believe the feat was accomplished when Nemchinov played for the Devils in 2000. So I'm going to go with Nemchinov.
It is actually a decade earlier with Pat Conacher.
You know what? That's been an answer on a trivia question, because MSG has actually spammed this trivia question out over the last 20 years if you've been watching the Rangers for that long. And the question usually comes up in the whole Battle of the Metro things that they have. So, yeah, Pat Conacher is one of the names that ends up coming up, and that's a name that everybody forgets, and I obviously forgot it too. But Vladimir Malikov, Sergei Nemchinov, John Van Beesbroek, people.
Well, before you start naming the rest, I was going to say, name the 3 goalies that played for the Rangers, Islanders, and Devils.
Kevin Weeks, John Van Beesbroek, and then the other one, I believe, was Bob Froese.
Wait a minute. I thought you were definitely going to say Mike Dunham.
Well, yeah, Mike Dunham. Yeah, I forgot about him. Wow. But did Bob Froese play for Islanders?
I don't think he got the Islanders.
I know he got the Rangers and the Devils. I know that
and Philly. I know that. But
yeah, Dunham was actually a Jennings winner with Brodeur in '97.
Yeah, and the Rangers ended up acquiring him from Nashville. I was so annoyed by this
Marek
trade
Zidlicki.
Marek Zidlicki was so fantastic, and he ended up being a piece that ended up backfiring and beating the Rangers in 2012. And it just sucks. And also, I thought Tomas Klocek was a pretty good player, but he never developed. So who am I to say?
Klocek. I'll never forget when he got those 2 match penalties, and he looked like he was our next stud defenseman. He got those 2 match penalties on those charging hits, and then he got that knee injury and tore his ACL out, and he was just never the same player.
Never the same. Well, unfortunately, this one, you should slam this one down pretty easily. In Rangers Devils playoff history, there have been 3 series clinching overtime goals
by the Rangers,
by both teams.
Well, Adam Graves in 1997, Stefan Matteau in 1994, and then Adam Henrique in 2012.
I still, before I could even talk about the Rangers goals, I still look at the Adam Henrique goal and wonder what the hell Dan Girardi was doing on that play. Because if you watch, he actually circles around behind the net and leaves Henrique all alone. And then the puck just kind of squirts out just a little bit, and Henrique's able to win the series.
I honestly thought that puck was covered. And I thought there should have been a whistle. There are so many other pucks in the span of a game that get the quick whistle, and then somehow that one there's no whistle on it and you can't see it. I mean, I just thought that was nonsense. And then remember how we talked about that players who you can't forgive? That's another thing with Dan Girardi. That goal, the Justin Williams goal, and the Kyle Turris goals against Ottawa.
Yeah, Dan Girardi's still good. It's still one of my favorite Rangers, but he's got those 3 blemishes on his resume that there are guys. There are guys I can forgive. He's one of them. I could actually do that with him. Sorry, Ryan Hallweg, I'll never forgive you. Or Glenn Anderson for being traded to the Rangers. Or there's lots of those. I still think the oddity of the 2 Rangers ones is how similar both were. Mattos was just a bank. He was trying to center it for Tikkanen, and it went off of Brodor's stick. We know this now.
Yeah.
I mean, thank you, Stefan. Thank you. One of the most important goals in Rangers history. The Adam Graves goal was a clear wraparound, and he just put it right in. And again, same similarity, except I think that one Brodor went for the poke check. And
Adam Graves obviously did his homework on Marty. And I mean, the Rangers should have won that series. They were a better team. They had more talent. When you have a 1-2 punch of Gretzky and Messier as opposed to Doug Gilmour and Bobby Holik, you should be winning that series. So,
did you like that video? Of course you did. So why not check out some more of our content? You can check the playlist right here or right here,